Hello, darlings. How are you? I went to Sedona first part of June and worked with Kurt and Mariposa again on some emotion code work. So I worked with Mariposa the first day. And so in Mariposa, when she does emotion code, let's go back a couple of steps. So every situation in your life, every emotion that you feel or that is presented to you, that comes up in your life that you are incapable of dealing with, either suck it up, buttercup, or boys don't cry, or I don't have time for this right now, I got to get the kids to soccer practice, or just pick it. Any of those reasons that you suppressed the actual emoting of that emotion is stuck in your body somewhere right now to be dealt with at a later time, right? You know that spot between your shoulder blades that really hurts when you're stressed out? You're probably carrying a bunch of emotion there. Hips, shoulders, elbows, yeah, all of those, everywhere. It's stored anywhere. So anyway, emotion code, Kurt and Mariposa can go in and help you uncover those situations and let you feel the emotion, express it, let it out, and let it go. That's the key. Emotions aren't bad, my friends. Emotions are there to help us have a fully human experience. There are highs, there are lows. It's going to happen. You have to feel the emotions, and then you have to let them go. Don't hold on to them. Don't keep spinning it around in your head over and over and over and over again. You have to just let it go, right? Move on to the next now moment. So Lori Ladd, one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch, she is amazing, but she has a tendency to use the term the now moment, because that's what we're supposed to be feeling, is the now moment. We aren't supposed to be reminiscing on something that happened last week. We're not supposed to be pissed off about a conversation or a court date a week from now. We're supposed to be living for the now and letting it go, right? Go move on to the next moment when the next emotion comes along. Okay, so anyway, emotion code. Mariposa goes in intuitively. So she works with, she's got a great clairaudience, clairvoyance, clear abilities. She probably has them all. That she works with your spirit guides directly and talks to them about what's going on. So the first thing that she worked with and found on me was that I had a wall that was built, right? So I had literally, we hear the term, you've built a wall around yourself, you've built a wall, da-da-da-da-da. Well, guess what? It's true, it happens, and you do it through these emotional blocks that we set up, right? So I had abandonment at 31, anxiety at 13, grief at 4, anxiety at 23, and crying at 23. And all of those came together to create a wall. Okay, the anxiety was based around money or work, which it was right before I was getting married to my ex-husband, so that would make a lot of sense. Crying at 23, I was about to get married to my ex-husband, so it makes a lot of sense there too. Grief at 4, maybe about grandpa dying, I don't know. No, you know what? That was Bob Wyatt. We had the sweetest little man who lived next door to us, a little farmer, and he died when I was 4. That's awesome. Oh, see? Just uncovered something right here with you guys. Okay, anxiety at 13 was 100% dealing with the whole Jehovah's Witness thing. Okay, so the abandonment at 31 would have been my ex-husband, one of his many traveling jobs. He worked out of town for companies that were out of town, and then was a sales rep and covered the country. So here I am with 2 kids and nobody to help me. I pretty sure I knew what that one was. So anyway, we worked to get through this wall. Anxiety at 15, held in the neck, effort unreceived, 15 in the shoulders. And that one I'm pretty sure was after my sister Sedona got married. She eloped and got married. The entire household fell to me. So I had to cook, I had to clean, everything had to be ready. House had to be clean and dinner on the table before my mom got home from work, right? So, and then she was always still bitching about it. She was, I've come to find in all of this work, she was my narcissist number one. It's where it all came from. All comes down, started right there. Confusion at 15, held in the shoulders. Failure at 15, held in the shoulders. So you see 15 was a very big year for me. Blame at 15, held in the shoulders. And grief at 40, held in the shoulders. Grief at 40 is the failure of my marriage, I'm sure. Can pretty much assume that that's where that one was. So that was on June 2nd. So I went in and worked with Mariposa. And we did, we cleared all of this stuff out. I was pretty calm, cool, and collected through the whole thing, but I could definitely feel things shifting inside, you know. I mean, it was, and then of course in the end, after you release all of these negative things, then she comes back in and pumps you full of ultraviolet light and love and goodness and good juju. Archangel Michael is always there for my treatments, so I get amazing amounts of good juju. You take the bad out, put it good in, right? So it's all this process there. Emotion code, I'm telling you, it's amazing. It is one thing that I think everyone should do, and it can be done remotely, right? So either one of them can work with you if you're in Australia or Poland or Argentina or Kansas City. They can work with you no matter where you are. So that's the beauty of doing things on this energy level. Energy's everywhere, so they can access your energy from anywhere. It's amazing. I do remote Reiki on mostly animals, but people as well. I do Reiki on, you know, people remotely, and it works. Emotion code, y'all, seriously. I also did emotion code with Kurt, but Kurt has this fancy machine that he uses, and his and then he uses muscle. Okay, I had to move myself home because people arrived at my neighborhood pool to go be at the pool, and it was not quiet anymore. So anyway, my emotion code with Mariposa went directly into her angel medicine, which she uses the aid of the angels and spirit guides to walk you through a meditation that really just kind of gets to the root of something that's big, that's bothering you, right? So she asked me what mine was, and I, of course, was like, my initial reaction to most everything is the bullshit mind fuck that I was taught by the Jehovah's Witnesses, raised in a cult. My initial, like that first gut reaction to everything in my life, and not now, because I've done enough things now that there are some things that trigger me, but not everything. So I changed that. I'll go back and be more accurate. A lot of times I will have this initial twinge of brainwashing And so we went back and went through this visualization of what the difference between reality and what the brainwashing had taught me, and how I react and how I act and things like that. A way to collapse those brainwashed, inaccurate teachings, those thoughts, those patterns that I've always had in place. We went through and collapsed them and, washed them away. And then, during this whole time, she's pumping in good juju, and it's amazing. Now, both of those are things that they can do over the phone, like with you. I mean, you could do it Zoom, but there's no reason to, because you're not going to see anything other than her sitting there, concentrating on what your spirit guides are telling her that need to be worked through. She goes, I really feel silly sitting there like that, so I don't. I'm like, I get it. Doesn't surprise me at all. I always walk out of emotion code. So I did it when I was there Labor Day of last year as well. And this time I thought that I was like, man, I am so proud of myself. I have come a long way, because the last time I was here, I bawled for, what was it, like 23 minutes or something silly like that. So that was the treatment that I had done last time, that just and it took it out of me. And then that was the day that I also went home and slept and blah, 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 right? So, I was so proud of myself this time. I was like, I've come a long way. Da, 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 da. Now, it was really bizarre, because Mariposa a few times during it was just like, that's a big one. Ooh, that's a lot. Like one time she was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, when she was working on something, my emotion code. As she's doing this, as she's working through these with you, she's feeling them, she's helping you to release them. And a lot of this process is they come up with the age that it happened, and where you store the energy, and then that kind of helps you and your subconscious zero in on what it is, the exact instance, because like I said, I go through these, and there's a bunch of things that happened at the age of 15. Well, you know what? That's when the brainwashing veils started to fall. Yeah, pretty big year, 15 for me. I'm working through it, and I feel so much better every time. Every single time, I feel so much better. I just wish that more people knew about this type of process. I told Mariposa, I'm like, I want to do this. I want to be able to help people do this. This is calling me. So I'll figure out how to learn how to do it, and we're on.